You've shared some great tips with the Right On fundraising team as we've expressed our own struggles amidst COVID. How do you keep some normalcy and stay positive while quarantining?
Well, I try to stay focused on what I have control over and what I don't have control over. So, if you look at the whole pandemic, there's so much of it that we just can't do anything about. Of course, you can prepare the best you can and, practice social distancing and, wear a mask when you're in public and wash your hands often and not touch your face. And those are the things that we can actually do to protect ourselves and protect other people. But other than that, it's just such a large thing, and people get caught up in thinking about how long it could last. We're hearing a year and a half of dealing with this, and when you start thinking about that, it becomes overwhelming. So I try to focus on what I can control with respect to that, and that is that I can't shorten the amount of time that we're going to be living with this, but I can sort of change the way I think about it. So I try to focus on the whole big chunk of it. I try not to think about, oh my God, this is going to go on for a year and a half. How are we going to, deal with that? I try to just take it one day at a time and break it up into manageable chunks. So if you look at it that way, it's a lot easier to get through the day than it is to get through a year and a half. So that's one of the things that I try to just do in my own mind, is just how I look at it and how I think about it. And as we think about it, people get scared, they get anxious. These are all normal reactions to have, but I try to notice those feelings in myself and just try to kind of center myself or shift my thinking to something more calming and just try to relax myself and spend time more in the moment and not projecting into the future or catastrophizing about bad things that could happen, because it doesn't really have any purpose to focus on those bad things other than, like I said, preparing the best you can. But if you find yourself dwelling on it for long periods of time, it's not really helping anything. It's not helping you. So that's a time to just try to, change gears or like change the channel on a television station. You can actually do that with what you're thinking about and focusing on, and try to shift your focus to something that's maybe right in front of you and not down the road. So those are just a couple of the things that I try to practice every day.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing those tips, Michael. It is definitely helpful in this kind of crazy time that we're all trying to figure out how to handle life. So I appreciate it. And thank you for joining us on Wisdom Wednesdays.
All right. My pleasure.